Okay. My Dan man, my Dan man. Hello, hello.
Check, check. Can you hear me? One, two, three.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm one of your fake Twitter accounts. Right.
Okay. Hello, hello. It's
Do we
fun.
actually have, wait a second, do we have the same plant or
Yeah,
similar?
Monstera. And I actually bought one after I saw it in Alex account.
I actually don't know. Wait, how do I unblur me? All right. See, now you threw me off because you started with the other app. Now, okay, is it the same? I think it's the same.
Yes, yes, Monstera.
It's yeah.
Or do you mean like specific Monstera?
No. I mean, I actually haven't bought this one, but
And by the way, do you see this also?
oh yeah, you have a nice painting.
Yeah, this is by Lera, by our designer Lera.
Oh, she's the designer. Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, it's actually quite cool.
And also see what it's all exists. It's not a bullshit.
Oh yeah, I know this one. Yeah. Man, what did you do to get that painting? Is it just because you're nice, or did you actually? I'm curious. Were you close friends?
Yeah, we're close friends, so we knew each other before Paralect, and she just joined like a few months ago.
Ah, I see. I see. Yeah.
Well, so let's start from you. I think that's what we are here about. We can do whatever we want with this podcast. So it's again, it's like the second time I do it. So the first time was with James Kim, and it was completely random. We
Yeah.
just met and I recorded it. So we can come up with the rules. We can make it fun, boring, whatever. We can just discuss monsters, whatever you want.
I have a surprise for you. Can I show it?
Okay.
Can we start with it? It's a so you made this really nice art piece, which I appreciate a lot. I told you I thought this is some sort of mid journey thing, like
Yeah.
he didn't actually do it. So I was super surprised to see. Oh my god, he actually drew this thing. So really cool.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's just really without like imagination. What I do, I'm open some photo and just trying to draw it. Yeah, it's cool that you're sharing something.
Yeah. So I was doing things, and then I thought, well, I should make an art piece for you, right? Just so
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
So I kind of did. Wait, it's coming. I kinda did.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So now you got one. I'll copy paste it later, and you can.
And how does it work? Is it like the whole piece? Is it like a text area in Figma? Or what it is?
It's not in Figma. So it's
It's
this app where you could basically you select types of stuff, and then you just draw.
nice.
So
Awesome. Thank you, man. Really great.
all right, let's go back to the to the stuff. So
Okay.
what did you do in the other one?
Okay, let me like start with some intro. So I'll probably explain like for listeners what is going on here.
Yeah.
Uh, so me and Dan is kind of good Twitter friends, and you already saw that we have some stuff created about each other, but we never met with each other. So it's kind of weird to see each other on the call. And
Hello.
by the way, then I also shared it on Twitter and in the news. So I think we'll have a bunch of questions to you. So let me share what I think about you. So when I was like looking for your photo to draw something, I was trying to find you somewhere, and I didn't find like any like videos or pictures. I saw that you have like hundreds of jobs on LinkedIn, which we can discuss. But it's really interesting for me that you not public, but you're like killing it on Twitter. So I'm very curious how did you learn all this stuff? Because I was really miserable on Twitter, like tweeting for 2 years straight without any engagement and stuff. And only when you, Alexandra, appeared in Twitter, I actually like learned how to do it the right way, and all this content started to work for me like compound way. So I'm curious to like hear about your journey.
Hmm. Yeah, I've been on Twitter for a long while, but I haven't been clever about it. So I think there are a few people that have been on Twitter, but haven't really interacted with anyone else. So for many years, I haven't done that. And then I kind of found the secret, which I'll share to you. And
Okay,
anyone that asks, what to do, it's hit the reply button, right? So that's what I started to do, and I started to follow people's products, follow more. I used to be on Twitter for the big tech stuff. So there were Dan Abramovs and all sorts of superstars, right? And then that was a cool source of information, but you cannot engage with those guys because they get 10,000 comments on. If they go to the loo and they post a photo, they get 10,000 comments, right? So I actually changed gears and thought, well, I mean, I still follow those, and it's cool sometimes to see an update from Vercel or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I switched to builders that actually you can interact with, and you can have a chat about their product, and got into their replies, and then they got into mine, and then yeah, kept doing that, and it's actually working pretty well. I've met a lot of awesome people.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
And do you do calls with any of them, or just chatting?
Not that much. A couple calls here and there. So some people reached out. Maybe we worked together, or just what's up, like you did. I actually have no idea what we're doing now, but I thought it's like, yeah, just let's have a chat and meet. So
Okay.
that happens sometimes, but not that often. I mean, with Alex and Sandra, we had a few calls. I think it's like it's funny how these things work. You meet some people on the internet, you don't even know how they look, as you say, but then you kind of feel like you've been friends for years.
Yeah.
So a few of those have happened as well. It's really cool. So love that part.
Cool, cool. And it's really cool that you mentioned this switching the gears, like you name it, to smaller accounts, because it's also what happened with me, like also like in the same period when we met in Twitter, because yeah, I was following like big, like mostly marketing, like guys, mostly girls. I don't marketing, only girls, but also like product people, tech people, like you said, like big accounts. And what I did, I copied like what they did, and they did this boring shit like with platitudes and stuff. So probably it was worse, like good platitudes, but like nobody cares about them. But I was just like forcing myself to publish daily, so I have to publish something and learn. So that's how I moved. And then I just found like these smaller accounts. I remember guy Christian on Twitter. I saw him. He drew these comics with the indie hackers. Do you know like this picture? Or do you remember?
Christian, no, it doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So, but anyway, like I saw this picture that it was around like 10 different indie hackers on the picture, and he mentioned everyone, and he drew this on
oh yeah,
Twitter.
I think I know. Yeah, like meetup kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I thought, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, dude's like he's a bit small account, but he supports guys, and it looks funny. And I jumped into this, and probably like that the way how I discovered you. And what I found, like that
was
they,
I in the picture? I don't think so.
I don't remember. Yeah,
Yeah,
what I found, like they are really like great guys. I mean, it's not like these like big accounts that they post some platitudes and there's a lot of stupid shit in the comments. But
yeah.
there's actual like chats happening, and it's much easier to start a conversation, to learn about someone, and that's where it clicked. So it's a good thing. But did you like create somewhere? Like you have a really great writing. Like, where did you learn all of this?
Yeah, man. So where to start? Do you want to start from the very beginning?
I don't know.
So
You're
I
a
was
storyteller. You know better.
born on the no. Um, yeah, I've never really had a full-time job, so I've learned by doing all sorts of projects. It's not that I didn't want to, but it just didn't sound, like the thing I would like. But I kind of, like an aside, I kind of did end up in similar positions, but as a consultant, but it kind of felt like a full-time job, not for a very long time. But the way I learned was, getting into these startup-like scenarios where you have a problem to solve, and then you kind of need to figure out how to solve it and pick technology along the way. So that is either, you work with some guys, you learn from them, or girls, you learn from them, you sharpen your skills, then you level up, you move to the next project, different challenge. So I think throughout the years, I've every couple years or so, maximum 3 years, I completely changed the industry. So, a few years ago, I was in telecommunications, which is it is what it is. Now I'm in fintech. Before the telecommunications thing, I was in hydrology. Before that was digital signage. So every time I switch, 180, completely new challenge, completely new type of business, and then typically new tech as well. So you kind of go through a lot of cloud providers, a lot of UI libraries, and so on. And you build up skills, and you always meet some people that are very good in something, and that's the thing that I really look for, is find that person that seems more clever than you are in whatever, design, UI, programming, backend, whatever, and stick close to that person and learn, right? So that's how I learned some of the terminal skills, right? I had no idea. I was completely afraid of the terminal, but I worked with some guys that really liked it, hardcore Linux types. So I kind of stole their skills slowly and got to like it in the end.
Nice.
That's how it came to be. And yeah, besides that, I've always been doing some sort of side project. So a little bit of open source contributions, side projects. And this year, or actually towards the end of last year, to be more precise, I thought, well, I keep consulting, doing things for people. They're obviously valued because they keep looking for me, or it's not hard to look for them the other way around. So why don't I use the same skills to build something for myself? And that's how I started to be a bit more serious about making products. I kind of approach it in the long term. I build quite a few projects for the time that I've been doing this. I still do freelancing, but my approach is make a few, see what gets traction, expect pretty much most of them to fail, because you haven't done this before. So there's a pretty small chance they're going to succeed, but you need to keep trying as many of them and see what works, and then try to focus on those. And yeah, that's also a big learning experience. Some things that I never had to do, handling my own subscriptions and dealing with payment providers and stuff like that. A lot to learn there. So yeah, plus the marketing and user interactions that you get from this, that you would, yeah, when you're building in public, you get to wear a lot of hats that you haven't even thought of wearing before, right? So that's it definitely accelerated my learning. I think I've learned so much in the past few months. Yeah.
Cool. Let me add something. Okay. It's funny that you keep I've kept talking about UI libraries, backend, because what I think your power is, it's actually like the last thing that you mentioned, marketing. So because it's not normal that you did all this so fast. So you decided this year, and after half a year you're here. So it's not a normal thing. So that's probably your superpower, not just a tech. So and it's interesting that you. But you're much into development and stuff, so you want to continue developing, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you make your own product, you have to do all of them, and you cannot really ignore one or the other. Of course, you need marketing for people to try your product, but the product has to work, has to be, you know, in a state that's good enough to bring value to the people you market to. So yeah, but I'm a builder, so I like making stuff. That's my when I wake up in the morning, I think, what am I building today, and then I say, well, maybe I should do some marketing, and I do that instead, right? But that's not my first thought right now, anyway.
Cool.
Could
Yeah,
change.
so it's natural to you, so it's even better.
Yeah, if you put it that way, I'm always, yeah, okay, I take it.
Yeah, I'm a producer, so that's what I do. I tell
Yeah,
people
yeah,
that
you pump up people. Yeah, I'm gonna close down this meeting. I'm gonna start doing some marketing. So awesome.
no, you just keep doing what you're doing. Okay, one question. So you launch a lot of projects. So tell, how long should it take to build a product and MVP?
Um,
Years, months?
Ideally, what I want to do is couple weeks, but what ends up happening is about a month for me, and that's because I'm a bit too particular about design. So I like to polish the UIs. I don't throw them out there. But that is considering, the more you build, the faster you can make them. So the first one was probably more than that. I haven't tracked it, and it's on and off.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking weeks here. That's my goal. And then you actually get better and better at it, because every time you build a product, you have the recipe for the next. So you do payments. Oh, now you know how to do payments. So it's a lot more to reuse in the next one. Or you figure out some sort of database story that makes you productive, or some UI components and so on and so forth, and you bring them over to the next product. So maybe you start with a few weeks, or 1.5 months, let's say, and then you take it lower and lower. Ideally, I'd be around 2 weeks, and then once a product really catches on, then I start focusing on that, and then you can keep developing it for a while. But the MVP, that's it. I'd
Yeah.
say 2 weeks.
But can you clarify what you mean? Because let you tell you this. So imagine, so we're working with a lot of founders, and there are a lot of people like that on Twitter for sure. Especially like people who are non-technical, who think that's like a landing page update can take a few days and it's okay. Who like Figma is difficult tool and Notion is difficult tool. So can you explain them like the five, what like these 2 weeks of MVP includes? Because it can be very different, like launch. What do you mean by launch? What do you mean by MVP?
Yeah. So let's take the latest thing that I started, this the MRR thing. That the 2 weeks, which are coming to a close soon, were explaining the idea. So you always start with that, right? For me, it was a tweet, but whatever place you have to share it on, Reddit, on Facebook, within your network, in at a beer with some friends. So you get the idea. You apparently, as soon as possible, put a payment link up, which is the first time I tried this. I tried waitlist before, but it's very hard to say how many people from the waitlist are actually willing to pay for your idea. So this time, idea, some sort of validation through that payment link, and if some people pay for it and even talk about it, then I go to some sort of concept. What I did this time was I didn't get down to coding. I got down to making the concept as a landing page.
Yeah.
So rolled out the landing page in about a day with the payment link. In the meantime, there were a few people that were excited about it, so put that on the landing page, and tried to keep the momentum of people talking about it. And it sort of accumulated. Slowly now I have too many testimonials to put on the landing page anyway. People got excited. Some people got excited without knowing what it is, which was quite crazy, but just went with the hype. And afterwards, so that's the first few days you do that, and then you have 1.5 weeks to first build a proof of concept of whatever that is. I've done that. I've done a proof of concept of the UI as well. So now the last phase is to clean it up, slap a beta on it, and test it with some of the first users. Then after the test, I can open it up to a few more, and yeah, take it from there. Basically, that's the 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, I'm writing all this down. Then we will say it like a playbook. But let's say like the beta works, or like, do you have criteria for beta? Like, can you say what will be a success, or it just a feeling?
Yeah, it's just a feeling for me. I think what you do is the first users that make it to your product, their feedback is very important to sort of gauge if this is enough or not. And you need the honest opinions and say it's really missing this thing, for example. So the point where you give it to the first users is a feeling, though, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. But it's important also to say, like, because people think that like everything can be calculated, so you can like calculate all the journey, like when you launch and these numbers hit. But it's the same what I see. Like it's all gut feeling and this like momentum feeling, like that you have more and more interest around it. Okay, cool. So, but yeah, okay. So if beta is successful, let's imagine you onboarded a few users. They continue talking about this on Twitter. They continue slowly, like buying more and more. Like, what your next step will be?
So after the 2 weeks,
Yeah, I mean, once you launch beta and it's successful.
yeah. So what happens is from the other products that I've tried, you'll get a bunch of feature requests, right? So people are gonna say, "Oh, can you do this? Can you do that? Does it have a package I could use? Does it have an API? Does it have this or that?" So what I do is I see some of the common things, and also see these people would probably pay for the product if it had this or that, and prioritize it based on that. But really what it is still continuing on the marketing and keeping this momentum going, because you don't want it to be launched and fade away. So for this particular product that I'm doing, I'll get the feedback. I'll try to prioritize some things, but at the same time, I'll probably try to launch it in a more official capacity, put it on Product Hunt, some of the channels that we have, and try to double up on the marketing. Because if people were excited before you even had the product, now you have demos to show. That it's a lot easier to market an actual product than the idea for which you didn't even make a proof of concept. So I'll do demo videos. I'll do you can do this and look at this use case and that use case.
And can you also like explain in just in few words, like for someone who don't know, like what does launch and product hunt means, like what it takes, for what reasons you do that, and what it can give you?
Yeah, launching on Product Hunt is one of the best days of your life. It's a complete roller coaster of support, emotion. It's gonna bring you there's no way to do it wrong. No matter what happens,
Yes.
it's gonna bring you so much motivation to the point where the next day you don't even know what to do first, because you wanna do it all. So you go there to show off your product, to talk about your product, to reach outside of your network too, and to get more eyes on what you've built, get more feedback, and create hype around what you've built. Get people to talk about it. And Product Hunt is for what it is, it has some flaws, but it's very good at that. It's very good at bringing eyes on your product, getting people to talk about it, and pushing it outside of your regular network. You never know what happens. Maybe sometimes you get, put in a newsletter. Maybe sometimes you get, when I launched my product, Clubber,
Yeah.
I think it was already a couple months ago, some guy made a YouTube video tutorial and put it on LinkedIn, showing how to use the package and so on. And it got thousands of views and all sorts of people from his network saying, "Oh my God, this is an awesome tool," and things that don't even cross your mind. That's the very cool thing about Product Hunt, is you don't even know what's gonna happen opportunity wise before you launch, and it's always surprising. It's always good. So I definitely recommend this, but we can talk about Product Hunt if you want.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's a separate section. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a separate section. So
Let's summarize. So what I wrote down. So let's see. In order to launch, what you can do, you can first step post a tweet with idea, or on Twitter or like Reddit. So that's the good channels. Then try to pull the payment link. You try to waitlist, but it's not easy to say when they're ready to pay. It's true. Then once they pay, you understand that you can build a raw concept now. In your case, it was a landing page. What I really love that you then used reviews to include as testimonials, because it's something that I'm preaching. So that's the reason to put the page early. Then after you had too many testimonials, you have a lot of trust. So you've got some momentum, and you can build a product in around 1.5 weeks to 2 weeks, like proof of concept with the AI. Show it to the first users that already paid, then launch beta with this early feedback, then basically iterations with the feedback and creating content like demo videos and stuff until you're ready to go to the product hunt.
Pretty much, yeah. That's
nice.
And then then you at some point you draw the line and you see how did this all go. What's your next step in this? Is it putting more into this product, or is this what the product is? It could also be what it is sometimes, or you take it into a different direction, you expand it. It's until you go through the process, it's hard to say. Some people try to do it, and the type where you start to plan for 5 months and say, yeah, what if this or that, and make projections and whatever, and then it turns out to be completely wrong because you've missed 100 variables that could happen. So I'm following the small steps. What's the next step? 2 days, 3 days, okay, a week, but not what's going to happen in 5 months. I don't know what's going to happen in 5 months. We'll figure it out together. The same as the first there was Nick that bought it and said, I have no idea what I bought, but it looks cool. There's a lot of hype. And then I said, well, we'll find out together. I also don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's what people always say about like my tools too. Like I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, and some guy yesterday, I'm signed up to Momentum. I'm not sure why I need this, but I'm registered. So here's what I want to change. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. By the way, it's pretty cool, like that, to say like about this short planning, because I'm today, like just like 20 minutes ago, I was chatting with Elon Musk. Dmitry from Paralect, and he asked like what we're planning to do for a week, for this week, and I said, dude, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what will happen, because like this podcast, it didn't like exist like last week. Now I have 5 people scheduled. By the way, we have Sandra next tomorrow, so we can plan something with you for her. But I don't know too.
I'm surprised. I actually didn't know it's a podcast, but
it's not a podcast. I actually didn't want to call it podcast because like it's what everyone does, and the way how I want it to work, it's just go with the flow, like send a link, like go jump on a call, everyone is different, so probably like brainstorm agenda on the call. I don't know, probably just be relaxed, because that's what allows me just to like use my time to produce content like infinitely. I mean, I'm meeting with people anyway, for one reason or another, and I just recording this time and putting it in public, so they don't talk bullshit. So that's how we can like share useful content and so on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
So how many time do you have?
But we booked an hour, didn't we? Or well, I have no idea. Wait, did we not book an hour? Is it just?
I mean, I have enough time, but what
Oh,
about you?
no, we booked half an hour. Well, okay. Yeah, let's hit me with some more stuff. Let's okay. I'm not gonna tell you all my secrets. We do it in the episode number 5. No, what episode did you say you are?
It's the second episode. It's with
Okay.
you, but I have already booked around 7.
Okay, so in episode 120, I'll come again and tell you the rest of my secrets.
No, 100 is too much, man. Yeah, let's do it sooner.
Yeah, but it's exponential. So if you did 2 last week, 7 this week, that's gonna be 49 next week. So, yeah.
So let's think about this way. So probably I don't want it to be like this, like I'm interviewing you, but I was generally interested, and I think a lot of people too. So we can just jump on a call and do something. That's my favorite thing. So probably, and we can invite someone like Alexandra or anyone else. I don't know what we can do, but kind of like hackathon and record it and try to build something fun. I think that would be cool, and that's why I loved when you shared the screen and actually showed something, because just talking is boring. We need to create something.
Yeah. Well, I could show more, but yeah, next time.
At least we have questions. Are you ready to answer questions?
Yeah.
That's a lot of questions, man. But we can do it quickly. First, how do I read this name? Gael?
Gael,
How
yeah.
do you pronounce it? Gael. It's from France.
With the 2 dots on top, I think. Yes.
Yes. So it's something French, like Gael. Okay,
Sure.
so we know this guy. So he's asking, ask him the secret to awesomeness.
Yeah, the secret to awesomeness is just being a decent person. I think that's like no threat boys, no, being nice to people, replying, from your heart, not being fake, just being decent. That's it. That's it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so the next question from Kavita. I think you also know her, right? She's asking, when you are both going to release your rap collab?
Us two.
First. So are you rapping?
Yeah. So wait. What is it? Oh, we don't know.
Do you mean rap?
Yeah. Like what? We just do freestyle or?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think freestyle sucks. I'm not good in freestyle. I think to pre-write something.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We write a song and we do it in episode 120. Yeah.
No, it's too far away, man. You should. Okay, so first of all, I'll ask to create a beat. So we have this sound producer, Humus. I don't know if you saw him, but I'll ask him.
Yeah, you did some music. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, so it's also my friend from my childhood. So we know each other like for, I don't know, 20 years.
Okay.
So I asked him to create a beat, and let's discuss in public then the next steps with Kavita. I think Kavita should prepare us the topics and stuff. Okay, so the next question by codeguided.com. Do you exist?
I do, but I almost didn't. If it wasn't for this call, I think that's that's all I can say. You made it happen.
Okay. Yeah, I can confirm. He seems to be real. Wesley Pennock asks you, what is your function?
In the world,
I don't know. There is no.
it's an open-ended question.
no
You know, my function is to create things for other people to use. That's what I do most of the time anyway. So let's go with that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like a YC, right? Create something people love or want.
Yeah. You could. I didn't know about it, but now that you say it, I think I've heard it. I didn't steal it. Please don't send me the lawyers.
No, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Great man thinks alike. Okay, so are you ready for 5 questions from Lara?
5 questions. Okay, well, let's go.
Let's go. How did he get so cool?
Rapid fire. Wow, that was rapid fire my ass. Okay, how did I get so cool? I don't know. I think we circle back to the first question with the awesomeness. Let's
Yes.
please check that reply.
Leave your comment down below, everyone who watching. I don't know, say something here. Am I doing right? Okay, so the second question, what does he think the secret of his coolness?
Okay, so I think all 5 will be about the coolness, huh?
No, I thought so, but the third one is different.
Oh, it's good. Okay, so it's still around that, you know. I mean, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but you know, be nice, make things, show them to the world. That's the secret, and keep doing it. You know, don't as Maxime. I hope I don't butcher his name, but I probably did because he's French. He has the "do not quit" trademark. Yeah, that's the secret.
Yeah, it's wonderful that you keep answering this question even though they're repeating. So it's tells something about you. So it's cool, man. So the third question: what is your favorite food?
Favorite food? Boring, but recently, man, we have this guy from Italy. His name is Luigi, and he makes the best diavola pizza. Like so, and every Saturday, I think, you know, what am I gonna eat? And I think of his pizza. That's, you know, current mood. It's not all pizza; it's Luigi's pizza. All right. Yeah.
Okay, cool. The next question: what did you eat for lunch today?
I actually ate a salad, so it was olives, some green stuff, way too much onion, and some cheese. It was like a Greek style, but failed, completely failed. But yeah, that's it. No dinner yet.
Okay. The last question is a killer one. If in the world it was necessary to leave only one drink for people, beer or water, what?
Oh, sorry. That's not an option.
Not an option.
Not an option. Beer or water? Come on, water is so boring. Is it even a fair? Okay.
Yeah, that's
You know, water, just because everyone else will say beer.
Okay, so that's what the all question from Lara, but we have 2 other one. So one from Edwin Kapoor, and by the way, I want to pitch him. So I know this guy, and he reached out to me, and he only 14 years old, and it's crazy because he's coding, he building some product, and he's doing podcast, and he already like have like 20 episodes or so. So he's asking how are you so funny, man?
Funny, yeah. Well, that's a good one. I think so. Generally, if I'm relaxed, I tend to be in this funny dad joke kind of state. But Twitter funny actually takes a little bit of work. So I sometimes, you know, tie my shoes and I'm like, oh, this would be a funny thing to say, and I start writing it, and it doesn't look that funny, and I sometimes spend, you know, half an hour trying to think, you know, this kind of want to say. I want to make it as funny as possible. It takes a bit of work, you know. It's not, but some tweets are just the IKEA one, which was like completely blown up was just, well, maybe I should talk about this because it's, when you have these common experiences that we all go through, but no one really stops to notice, you just go through it because you do it, but you don't see the ridiculousness of the situation. I think those are the best, but I do spend time trying to make funny tweets. It's takes
Okay. For follow-up question from me. Do you watch some stand-up comedians or like comedy, like some other type of comedy?
Yeah, I do. I watch quite a few. I think, yeah, I've seen pretty much all the big ones, to say the least. You're gonna ask for my favorite one?
Yeah, do you have one?
I think I'm into Ricky Gervais recently.
Okay, I got you. I hate this guy.
Yeah, but I really like Dave Chappelle's old stuff. He has this
Okay.
this good one.
Yeah, there should be. Okay, and Ricky Gervais. So I think it's like Gervais. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, he's
I think, yeah, he's a great. He is definitely like a great like person, and he created Office, and that's what I love about him. And I know about his other work, but yeah, sometimes he's too harsh with people. All right.
he's a bit rough. Yeah. So anyway, my one that I forgot that I like a lot is also Seinfeld, but he's making like one set every 10 years, and he doesn't have many years left, so too bad.
Okay, so the last question from Sam Newby. Do you know the question?
I haven't checked Twitter. I've just talked.
Okay, yeah, I just saw this question the other day. When is Only Dance coming?
Next product coming soon. Watch this space.
Yeah, I think you should create a Stripe link, and it will decide the future.
Yeah, I almost did that at some point for the profile picture, but and there was the choice between creating this and revealing the face. I used to have this Unicode face thing, and I ended up revealing my face. So, but maybe at 10,000, there will be the choice between Only Dance and coming to your 120th episode. Let's see.
Okay, so that's it. Yeah, thank you so much, dude. It was awesome, and I think we'll meet earlier than 120 episodes. Any chance that we will have you earlier here?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the meetings all day, but I can make time for you. Yeah, that's no problem.
Okay, let's brainstorm something. Let's just understand what cool we can create and invite other people and actually do some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Let's do
it. So thank you so much. I'll stop recording now. 1 month.
Say hi to Elon Musk.